Hey friends, Good Shepherd is going to Haiti in January 2015, and there's lots to do to get ready. And we ask that you might prayerfully consider being a part of our mission team. June 30th is the deadline to apply for the trip, and you can apply on our church website at gs4nj.org. When I went to Haiti this past spring, I went with Randi Rutan. Randi is a nurse and also a deacon here at Good Shepherd. At our mission lunch at the beginning of June, Randi shared a presentation about the need in Haiti. And if you're thinking about being a part of this trip or just thinking about sponsoring and supporting this trip, I'd like you to hear her presentation as she shares a bit about the need that is there. So Randi, if you will take it over from here.
So I want to share with everyone a little bit about Haiti and a little bit about the discoveries that Pastor and I made on our recent trip. To begin, we probably need to understand where Haiti is located. Haiti's located on the western third of the island of Hispaniola that's located in the Caribbean Sea. It's about a 3.5-hour trip by plane from JFK, so it's pretty close. But it's a world of difference from what we experience here. When Pastor and I went and visited Haiti, we were introduced to a woman by the name of Denise Johnson. And Denise is running an orphanage of 28 children, these kids here that you see. And she had them sing for us. And we just fell in love with them. One of these little girls is one that I and my husband are sponsoring. Her name is Angelina. And before I go too much further, I just want to share with you the experience that I had with Angelina. While we were there, she'd gotten used to me and accustomed to me, and Angelina would come up and pull on my shirt and go, "Madame, Madame," because she wanted to tell me whatever, and I don't speak Creole, and she doesn't speak English, but clearly she wanted my attention. While we were there, we'd offered a gift to Denise for her to use for the support of the children. And one of the things she told us that she had done with it when we went back to visit them again, was that she bought the children's shoes. When I'd gone up to Angelina, she pulled on my shirt again, "Madame, Madame," and she pointed down to her feet. Her new shoes, those glittery, sparkly little flip-flops, she was so enchanted and so thrilled to have. Can you imagine being thrilled owning a pair of flip-flops? So I just want to introduce you a little bit to Haiti and what's going on there. 54% of people living in Haiti live on less than $1 a day. The gross national product there is about $600 per capita. That's about half of Nicaragua's, and Nicaragua is the second poorest country in the Americas. 67% of people are unemployed. Incredible numbers. We complain about the numbers here in the United States, but they don't even approach anywhere near the 67% that's there. Only half of Haitian children ever get to attend school. And most of them that do attend only attend what we would consider to be elementary. There are 25 physicians and 11 nurses per 100,000 of population. In the United States, it's very different. We have 1 physician per 600 population. An incredible difference, and speaks to the dearth of medical care that's provided. 7% of all children in Haiti die at birth, and 8% of them never see their first birthday. This doesn't speak to the number of maternal deaths during childbirth, and most childbirths actually occur at home, attended, if they're lucky, by a midwife, otherwise by just the other women in their family. An incredible statistic of how many children are lost during the birthing process. And the reasons for that? Lots of reasons. We have incredible health hazards there. Garbage piles on the streets. There's absolutely no sanitation facilities. There is no government, no county, no city garbage collection. It's thrown over their walls or thrown into the streets. It's incredible to see this pile up of trash and garbage. And it's incredible that it doesn't stink. And it doesn't stink because of the wildlife and the domesticated animals that are out in the streets eating the organic trash. The pigs and the dogs and the cats and the chickens and the goats and the sheep are wandering the streets, eating this garbage. They're allowed to graze wherever. Sanitation is also threatened because there is no sewage system. Sewage is handled in each home in a different way. Most of them are using outhouses, as we did years and years and years ago. These things contaminate the water table, and it makes it incredibly difficult to get potable water. And the third thing that really contributes to the issues, particularly in Port-au-Prince, is the density of people. There are 10 million people who live in the country of Haiti. 7.5 million of them live in the city of Port-au-Prince. It's a city on the bay that spreads out in valleys around the mountains. And it is an incredible density of people that are there that contribute to the trash and the sewage that are all over the place in the city of Port-au-Prince. Finally, most of the water in Haiti comes through these aquifers that are very shallow. They're 10, 20, 30 feet down, and most of the wells are only dug to that depth. So those aquifers are now contaminated with sewage and runoff from agriculture, from the cattle and the sheep and the goats that are run around within the streets unimpeded and contaminate that water. Fewer than half of the people in Haiti actually have access to clean water for them to drink. Most of them purchase it. Most people now get their water through wells. You can see the two pictures here. The one on the bottom is actually a photograph of the well that's in the orphanage that Good Shepherd has decided to help sponsor and support as a ministry partner. Because of this contamination, there are all kinds of waterborne diseases that are being experienced by these people. The last cholera outbreak was in 2010. There's dysentery, there's typhoid, there's dengue fever, there's malaria, there's yellow fever, there's West Nile and encephalitis. Some of these are carried by mosquitoes, and some of these are just because of the contamination that is located from human sewage that is located in the water table. Most recently, chikungunya virus has arrived in the Caribbean and is transmitted to people by mosquitoes. This is now affecting actually the children in the orphanage that we are supporting at Mama Denise's. There is no vaccination. This is a virus. This is something that's just transmitted, and it continues can continue with relapses over months of time. It's characterized by fever and joint pain, and this makes it even more difficult for people caring for individuals or children with chikungunya because medicine is very difficult to find, and when you do find it, it's very, very expensive. So purchasing medicines for these people becomes very, very difficult, and part of our ministry and outreach will be to help them provide those types of things that we find very easily at our local drugstore or Walmart. We are protected when we were there by sleeping in what we called bug huts. These are mosquito-netted tents that sleep an individual. You zip them all up, and we're protected from mosquitoes. And so we have less of a risk of developing any of these mosquito or waterborne diseases. On the other hand, the children that are sleeping in these orphanages have absolutely no protection to this. There are no mosquito nets here. There's no protection to the mosquitoes that may come in and transmit these kinds of diseases. The World Health Organization estimates that only 43% of our target population here in Haiti gets their recommended immunizations. And so even though we know that yellow fever is there, even though we know that typhoid is there, and we know that we can be vaccinated against this, and in fact, those of us who might be visiting Haiti probably will be vaccinated against these children are not protected that way. In Haiti, the children die from a variety of different reasons, but they're very different than what you might think here in the United States. Most of these children who die under the age of 5 have acute respiratory infections. These children are dying from pneumonia. Lots of other diseases like these viral diseases transmitted by mosquitoes are also part of it. Early births or prematurity. Children are dying from diarrhea and from being asphyxiated at birth. In contrast, in the United States, unintentional injury or accidental injury is the #1 cause of death in children, followed by malignant neoplasms, cancers. Cancer doesn't even meet the list for the children in Haiti. congenital anomalies is the only one that we share on the top 10 list from Haiti, and but that's here in the United States. So what can we do about all this? This is a horrible situation. We're all concerned about it, and when we bring it home and talk about it, your heart just melts about this. So I challenge everybody to what we call P cubed or P3 for Haiti. And that includes the first thing for Good Shepherd is to participate. You listening to this, we're sponsoring these children. We'll have a trip next year that we want to go on, and we want folks to participate in that as well. Those of you who don't go with us, or even those that do, we need you to pray for these people. Pray for those children. Pray for every one of those children that we sponsor, for Mama Denise and her orphanage, as well as Mama Yo and the orphanage that hosted us while Pastor and I were staying there. And finally, and maybe even most importantly, at least from a human standpoint, is to pay. We all need to contribute a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way in Haiti. So we all are going to contribute together by participating and praying and paying as well to be able to help these children, particularly this one little group that we can help. Now, there are facilities out there that can help us support this. We've found a clinic in Port-au-Prince that's actually sponsored by the Catholic Church and supported by the Medical Missions of Memphis. There they have some nice dental facilities, some very modern medical facilities that will be able to be used potentially should we have the appropriate folks going with us on our trip in January. That's very helpful and gives me a lot of hope that we can do some very good things for these children and the family and the family that's supporting them. I did mention earlier about medicines and the lack of availability. Particularly pediatric medicines are difficult to find, but they are very expensive when you do. For example, that little bottle of children's Motrin goes for about $200. We'd probably pay about $5 or $6 here in the U.S. A course of amoxicillin, that antibiotic that kind of kills a lot of different bacteria, goes for $175. Here in the United States, it's less than $15. Paracetamol, which is a painkiller, is also available. It's similar to Motrin but works a slightly different pathway, is $150. So these are very, very expensive very, very expensive medicines and are challenging for our orphanages and the people in Haiti to actually acquire. So again, what can we do? Well, we certainly can support by raising money. Some ideas other than that would be, creating personal care kits for body care and dental care. They certainly don't get prophylactic dental care. Collecting backpacks and school supplies. One of the things that we'll be doing with our money, Mama Denise will be sending those children to school. Those children will need shoes and they'll need school supplies when they go. Can we create or can we buy mosquito nets for them to help try and protect them from mosquitoes? Collecting medicines like the children's Tylenol and paracetamol that we just talked about. Collecting water purification tablets or even working on developing a purification system that might be available to them so they can get clean water and have access to it regularly. Some of the things that we can do if we went with a medical group to Haiti is to help perform physical assessments, to create medical records and track the growth of these children, provide them with dental care, develop and implement health education programs that are very good for prophylaxing infections like hand washing, providing dental hygiene, teaching first aid. Certainly we can obtain and administer immunizations that they may not have access to. I know this all seems very, very overwhelming. There are so much to do. There are so many potential things that we could do to help. And it seems like sometimes we don't really understand how we can even help. What can we do? The problem is just so immense. And it reminds me of the story that everybody knows about the starfish. There's a man walking along the beach and he finds a little boy who's also walking along the beach who's picking up the starfish that have landed on the beach and throwing them back into the ocean. And the man says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm throwing them back in. They're going to die if I don't." And the man says, there's too many starfish. You can't make a difference. And the little boy looks at him and he picks one up and he throws it into the ocean and he says, "I made a difference for that one. I made a difference for that one. So we're going to make this difference one by one, and we have 28 children at Mama Denise's that we can help. These children need our help. They're wonderful, beautiful kids, and we need to give them as much support as we can. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Randi, for sharing that. And I pray that those of you who watch this, that you were blessed by that presentation. I know that I was. Again, I would like to encourage you to consider being a part of our mission team that goes to Haiti. You can apply for the trip from now till June 30th. June 30th is the deadline. And you can apply at our church website at gs4nj.org. God's blessings and have a great day. Bye.